We've all heard the beautiful saying that home is where the heart is. That's exactly what comes to mind when Paddy Pimblett explains how important an event at Anfield Stadium is to him. Why is a UFC lightweight champion so determined to achieve this goal? Stay tuned to find out more about Pimblett's explanation. An overview of Paddy's outstanding UFC debut. The 27-year-old lightweight fighter made his jaw-dropping Ultimate Fighting Championship debut on September 4th, 2021. Who was the fighter up against in the octagon? Pimblett's unforgettable debut brawl was against Luigi Vendramini, an unranked lightweight champion at the time. What was the outcome of the highly anticipated match? Paddy the BADDY Pimblett smashed Vendramini by raining punches and achieving a first-round knockout. Wow, that's an impressive debut. What was Pimblett up to before his days in the UFC? Before debuting in the UFC, the talented fighter spent his days fighting for the famed Cage Warriors. Did he have any titles there? Yes, Paddy held a featherweight title. The passion and dedication of the handsome fighter for mixed martial arts have always been evident by his great skills and explosive charisma. Pimblett had all eyes on him the moment his Brazilian rival collapsed in the octagon in September 2021. The memorable debut fight led to Pimblett making his appearance in the 155-pound weight class. Although the fighter made his UFC debut fairly recently, he is crystal clear about his future goals and preferences. Now that we've refreshed who he is, let's see what he had to say. The UFC lightweight explained why securing a UFC card event at Anfield Stadium is at the top of his career goals. Why does the venue hold so much value for him? Keep watching to find out. Paddy Pimblett explains why Anfield Stadium is so special. Every UFC fighter dreams of making a big name in their hometown. It's even better if they win a fight scheduled in the city that they grew up in. When Brett Okamoto asked Paddy Pimblett if he would rather secure a UFC title or headline a UFC card event at Anfield, it took a few seconds for the skilled fighter to make up his mind. How did he respond? To Pimblett, opening a UFC card event at a stadium as well known as Anfield would be a dream come true. Why is that so? The UFC fighter explained that this is because it's located in his hometown, Liverpool. Pimblett elaborated that the event at Anfield would hold more emotional value as it would for his people back home. To have the people of the place you grew up in watching and supporting him would be a big deal for the star. Does this mean the UFC doesn't mean much to him? Not at all. The lightweight clarified that his goal is to be a UFC world champion and leave a legacy behind for the world to see. However, he prefers if the opportunity to leave a legacy behind by headlining a memorable one-fight event at Anfield Stadium would come his way rather than him fighting for a UFC championship title in any other city of the world. We love how valuable his hometown and the people living over there are to Paddy. Pimblett acknowledges that he still has a long way to go. While it's great to set priorities straight and focus on achieving them as soon as possible, is the UFC lightweight champion ready for a big event at Anfield right now? In an interview with ESPN MMA, the fighter claimed that he chose to headline a major event in Liverpool over a UFC title. Does Paddy have what it takes? The BADDY acknowledged that he isn't quite qualified enough to start making big demands just yet. Someone as new as him can't expect to walk into an event with 80,000 people waiting if he doesn't have the achievements to back it up. What is Paddy's plan? The fighter revealed that his main focus for now is to win and participate in more fights throughout 2022. According to him, being in the top 10 and a 4-0 in the UFC while working towards a ranking is the ideal position in which he can begin asking for bigger gigs in the future. How many fights does he plan to win this year? Paddy's goal is to win a minimum of 3 fights this year and see where it goes from there. When is the Anfield event going to take place? The lightweight champion clarified that the event in Liverpool will most likely occur sometime in 2024 or 25. This gives him ample time to polish his fighting skills and boost his rankings. We think if Pimblett can sell out Echo Arena for the Cage Warriors, he can hopefully make it to Anfield Stadium too. Tyrone Woodley fires back at his online trolls and haters. Now that we've covered Paddy Pimblett's future career goals, let's move on to see what other UFC fighters are up to. No matter how big of a champion you become, losing a match always stings. Tyrone Woodley has been the butt of the joke all over social media ever since he lost to Jake Paul again. How long ago was it? Nearly a month ago already, Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley went head-to-head against each other in the octagon for the second time. Woodley lost the fight, and haters have vowed to not leave the matter to rest. How did Woodley Woodley tackle all the negativity? Let's find out. In an interview with MMA Fighting, Woodley claimed that trolls kept commenting on how he lost to Paul again instead of appreciating how good of a fight it was. Tyrone further added that Jake Paul could easily knock out any of the trolls that continued to bash fighters online. What more did he say about his rival? At first, Woodley stepped into the octagon with an overconfident attitude, claiming that he could knock out Paul in the second fight. As this didn't happen, Woodley turned to praise how Paul had great focus and technique. He also added how Paul has no other job or familial obligation to give his time to, so most of his hours go into becoming more polished and stronger. Woodley only fought Paul for a second time because the original opponent, Tommy Fury, dropped out last minute. Miesha Tate wishes to hold a UFC belt alongside Juliana Pena. The majority of the UFC fighters end up having bad blood due to constantly being put against each other. However, it is to be noted that there are some hearty friendships worth being celebrated in the combat sport too. When it comes to Miesha Tate and Juliana Pena, their friendship goes way back. How did the two champions meet? The gorgeous duo trained together, and at one point, Tate even coached Pena for the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Now, Pena holds the strap at 135 pounds, and Tate is making sure she isn't the one taking it away. How did she do so? The former bantamweight fighter moved down to the 125 pounds class so that she wouldn't have to compete against Pena. Juliana Pena recently secured the title of becoming a bantamweight champion. What does Miesha have in mind? While it's nice of Tate to be considerate about her friend's title and ranking, the fighter had other reasons to move down too. What were they? If you aren't sure, don't worry, we'll tell you. Tate is looking forward to adding another reputable UFC title to her name. Ever since the fighter has faced her first loss since returning from retirement, she feels like she's more suitable for the title of a flyweight. Miesha Tate also revealed how she aims towards celebrating being a champion at the same time as Juliana Pena, right by her side. We love how wholesome their bond is and hope they can celebrate future victories together too. Cyril Gane assesses his fighting skills in comparison to Francis Ngannou. There is a widely held opinion about Ngannou and Gane's fighting styles being different from each other. However, Gane chimed in that he thinks otherwise. What does a UFC champion think about his rival? While waiting for the upcoming heavyweight title fight against Ngannou, Gane thinks the fight will be more than just a clash of two different fighting styles. Why is this so? Some assume Gane's strong points are making quick use of his technical skills and pairing them with his abilities to win the rounds. However, when it comes to Ngannou, his strength lies in a super one-punch power-packed knockout. How true is this? According to Gane, it's not a matter that puts power and technique against the other. The fighter said Ngannou has exceptional technical skills, just as he can throw powerful punches too. Cyril emphasized that both fighters aren't very different in their strong areas, but it should be noted that Ngannou in the octagon is a force to be reckoned with. Why did Gane say so? This is because a majority of Francis's wins derive from him knocking out opponents in the first round of the match. However, Gane has more experience when it comes to making it into the deeper rounds of the fights, finishing twice as a pro after making it to the 5th round. Cyril was crowned the interim UFC heavyweight champion in August 2021. We think both fighters have great potential and can't wait to see them in the octagon. That's a wrap for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you think Paddy Pimblett will be able to headline at the Anfield Stadium event in Liverpool as he wishes to in the future? Who do you think is a better fighter, Miesha Tate or Juliana Pena? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.